Well, the big breaking news coming in right now is that the Election Commission has announced a 72-hour ban on the entry of political leaders in the Cooch, Behar district in West Bengal. Now, this is after the fourth phase of polling that took place earlier today, and there was violence in the Cooch, Behar district, firing as well by central forces, which led to the death of 4 people. Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee had earlier in the day announced that she would be visiting Cooch, Behar tomorrow, and she would be meeting with the families of those who died. She'd also announced a protest by party members. Let's go across to Arvind for more on this story. And Arvind, the Chief Minister had made her plans very clear. She would be visiting Cooch, Behar tomorrow and meeting with the families of those who died in the firing. But now the Election Commission announcing that all political leaders are banned from entering the district.
Yeah, Gargi, the Election Commission of India has issued an important order banning the entry of all politicians, let it be the state party political leaders or the national party political leaders. So no political leader, let it be state or national party, can enter the Cooch, Behar district for next 72 hours. So that's an order from the Election Commission of India. The Election Commission of India, invoking Article 324 that vests extraordinary power with the Election Commission for conducting free and fair polls, has issued such an order banning the entry of politicians, political leaders from entering Cooch, Behar district. Earlier in the day, like you mentioned, West Bengal Chief Minister and also TMC Chief Mamta Banerjee had announced that she would be visiting the families of those who deceased in the firing by CSF earlier today in the same Cooch, Behar district. So taking the report from the special observer citing the law and order as a problem, the Election Commission has passed such an order. So no political leaders can enter Cooch, Behar district for the next 72 hours. And the Election Commission has also asked the Chief Secretary and also the DGP of the state to comply with the order. The Election Commission in its order has also asked the state administration to keep the Election Commission in loop with the developments in the Cooch, Behar district for the next 72 hours. Another very important order that has been passed in the same order is that the silence period for the next phase, that is phase 5 of the West Bengal Assembly election, which is scheduled for April 17, has been extended to 72 hours. Usually the silence period lasts for 48 hours, but in this time the Election Commission, again invoking Article 324, has extended the silence period from 48 hours to 72 hours. So 3 very important orders by the Election Commission of India. 1, no political leader can enter Cooch, Behar district for the next 72 hours. The state administration has asked to comply with the decision of the Election Commission of India. The third order is that the silence period for the next phase, that is phase 5, which is scheduled for April 17, has been extended from 48 hours to 72 hours. So we have to wait and watch what will be the response of the TMC, because Trinamool Congress leader, the chief Mamta Banerjee, had earlier announced that she would be visiting the Cooch, Behar district tomorrow to pay respect for those 4 deceased in the firing by CSF. So it is a very, very important order by the Election Commission of India. We have to wait for the response from the TMC. Gargi.
All right, Arvind, thanks so much for joining us there with that breaking news coming in, those developments. Let's go across to Monideepa now for more. And Monideepa, the Election Commission announcing that no entry of political leaders in Cooch, Behar for the next 72 hours. This after Mamta Banerjee had announced that she would be visiting there. What are you hearing on the ground there? What is the situation like?
Well, on the ground, what we are being told is, of course, the situation is tense. 4 people have died, 4 others are injured, and, there is no escaping the fact that all the 4 people who have died belong to the minority community. And that makes it, the whole situation so much more sensitive. And then you have a chief minister who has categorically said that she is going to visit the bereaved families tomorrow at 10 o'clock is what we have been told. She'll be taking a chopper from Siliguri, where she is this evening, and she will be flying tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock to Shitolkuchi to meet the bereaved families. And now you have a situation when she is not going to be allowed by the Election Commission of India. How is she going to take this? It's unlikely that she will take to it kindly, because, but again, I guess one shouldn't be, pre-guessing her moves, but certainly, after she had declared her plans to go visit the Shitolkuchi, victims or families of victims, this order by the Election Commission is certainly not going to allow her to do that. So that is going to be, we have not yet got a formal reaction from the Trinamool just yet. Not only that, the Election Commission, which has said in its order that since the bodies have not been given their last rites, etc., the area is certainly sensitive. Given all that, there is also the further order which says that for the 17th election, you cannot campaign for 72 hours before that. The normal is 48 hours. So 72 hours before that, you cannot campaign. And there are polls going to happen in North Bengal as well, in and around the Cooch Behar district. So this is certainly going to, escalate a lot of tensions between Mamata Banerjee and perhaps the ECI, and certainly on the ground as well.
All right, Monideepa, thanks so much for joining us.